What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm Gary Alexander, and this is the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Chuck, what's going on?
Not a whole lot, just hanging out.
Yeah. Well, we're here at the fantasy camp with the Pit. A lot of hardcore training going on inside the gym in there.
Yeah, John likes to work people out. He's a hard worker.
We've had a chance to see some of your training, on TV with some of the things on Spike and whatnot. That's pretty hardcore stuff. Is the wheelbarrow still your favorite?
Oh yeah, the wheelbarrow is definitely my favorite. That's the thing I always want to do. No, I hate the wheelbarrow.
What is your favorite part of training with John?
Well, I like the way he mixes things up and keeps us working on staying explosive and fighting, getting ready to fight.
What about the Hawaiian food? He's a Hawaiian food freak, right?
I am too. I love it. Everyone laughs at me because I eat Spam masubis. The Spam? No, I love them.
Right. Now, you were actually when my show first started, like way back. I think it was it was the Ultimate Fight Night 2 or 3 or something like that. I interviewed you. I was hanging with my friend Don House. House is a good friend of mine and yours.
Yeah.
Now, you guys worked together a long time ago. He told me that I said, "What did you teach, Chuck?" He said, "Nothing. You can't teach that guy anything. He knows it all." He said that your technique was spot on for what you bring to the table. And he's the kind of trainer, I think you'll admit, he doesn't try to change you as a striker. He
worked good for me. He was a guy that he kind of works with what I got and kind of putting together my stuff. I mean, the biggest thing with boxing trainers was they were always trying to change my stance. And my thing is, I can't stand like a boxer and fight in MMA. Mm-hmm. So you can't. I just tell them, you can't change my stance. Anything else, I'll listen. Right. I like to learn. I like to learn new things. So I'll listen to anything else, but you can't change my stance. It's the way I fight.
Exactly. And with even Tito Ortiz, I talked to him a little bit about striking, believe it or not. And one of the things that Tito said to me was, you know what, you can't stand like a boxer because you leave yourself open for takedowns. Is that one of the reasons why you're squared off a lot?
Yeah, that leaves you open for takedowns and leg kicks. I mean, you can't stand like a boxer. You get your leg kicked off by the end of the first round.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched the Wandy fight with actually live, and I would not take my eyes off of the fight itself. I was standing far back. I was up in not the nosebleeds, but I had a pretty far back seat. I wouldn't watch the screens at all because I knew I would never get to see this fight in person again, unless there's a rematch, obviously, but never the first time again. So I was pretty stoked about it, to be honest with you, just to be able to see that fight go down. Obviously, you were stoked about it. It was finally made.
I was very excited about that fight. It was It was real fun. I mean, we both went out there and went after it and gave it our all, and it ended up a very exciting fight for the fans. I always said it would be.
Yeah, and what a great fight. I mean, I think all the listeners out there know that was what we wanted. That was exactly what we wanted from you and from Wandy, for that matter. He trained hard for the fight, came in and showed a hell of a chin because I thought he was going to go down so many times, and he stood up to that.
Yeah, I had him hurt quite a few times, and I landed shots after I had him hurt. I thought that would put him away, but he just kept coming back.
You slipped once and was dropped once as well. What kind of power does he possess?
He hits hard, man. He hits hard. I've been with a lot of guys, and he's one of the hardest hitters I've been with.
Yeah, Henderson said the same thing. Said he hits really hard. Any ideas of what's on the horizon for you?
I'm not sure yet. They're talking about a lot of things, and we'll see. I should know in the next couple of weeks what's coming up, and I'll be back. I'll be off my book tour and ready to start training to get ready for a big fight, hopefully.
Speaking of the book, I think you did a signing here recently at Mandalay Bay. A good turnout for that. People are really interested in the book. Matt Hughes just came out with a book as well. What is this book about? Really, what's the synopsis of this book?
It's about me growing up and how I got where I'm at today. I go through all the fights. I go through how I got into fighting and how the whole thing started.
Do we learn more about who Chuck is? Is that kind of?
It's a lot more. Yeah, you learn a lot more about me.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about MMA Jack. That's something that I'm interested in because I'm kind of a computer nerd. I get on there and I kind of look around the internet a lot. Obviously, my show is found online at the MMAShow.com. Tell me about MMAJack.com.
It's a social network for fight fans and fighters and referees, everybody. We try to get everybody on there, so it's a place you can all go to, converse and figure out. And we've got a lot of good things on the site. You just got to check it out.
And is it a free site? Is it a pay site? What's the scenario for the listeners?
It's a free site. You just got to sign up and get a profile.
Free content, man. MMA content, MMAJack.com. Chuck, thanks so much, dude.
Thank you very much, bro.
Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, on the Ultimate Podcast, the MMA Show.